Hi, Zizaran here with another Path of Exile heist newsreel video and looking over the new things that are coming. Now we are going to be looking at the heist skill reveal of the area control spells. Sadly no discharge yet. So this is Void Sphere, Frost Shield, Sigil of Power, and Flame Wall. We're going to look through the video first and then we're going to skim through the text and talk about each skill and stuff. We'll probably look at the video several times in each specific skill. It just looks amazing. Like, look at the way that it pulls them in. It actually just looks amazing. I really hope that the enchant is +1 charges, or +2. Frost Shield looks pretty cool. I don't know how useful it'll be. Maybe good for boss fights. It is a cool concept. Sigil of Power looks amazing as well. Look at the way it fills in the runes over time. It's a shame that we're clearing so fast now at this point that all we're gonna see is that blue circle. We're never gonna see it actually fill in, except from in our hideout. Because you pop it down, and then you've already cleared 3 screens in the distance. Firewall as well. When I first saw this, I was like, what am I gonna do? Kite enemies through this thing? Especially though for them slowing down their speed and stuff, I feel like a lot of these skills are very, very cool for the future of Path of Exile. Because I do feel like they are trying to slow things down, which I think is healthy for the game in the long run. So let's start talking about Void Sphere first. You get the pulse with large radius, and it deals physical and chaos damage. And it pulls all the normal magic and rare enemies towards its center. So it has a gravity or a pull to it as well. And the pull is stronger at the start. One of the better things about it is that it is corpse removal. One of the most common things to get corpse removal right now is getting a Crusader Explosion chest. I have a big feeling that's going to change regardless of Harvest going away and it being harder to craft them. I just feel like they might do something with that. Maybe stop it from chaining off itself or something. They seem to be tryharding a little bit on encouraging playstyles like this. Void Sphere does look awesome. I think it's a little bit weird with the cooldown mechanic. This looks like something that would be a lot of people's favorite build, but it seems like they're making it difficult to have that, especially as a starter. It looks like it's going to rely very, very hard on high investment into cooldown recovery, forced use of second wind, which is obviously not great if you're using it as a main link, right? That's your -1 link already on damage compared to other skills. And maybe there's a helmet enchant for additional uses. But obviously, since we don't know these things ahead of time, it's very scary to start with this build. And a lot of people are probably going to look to have this as a second build. In fact, I've already talked to a lot of people who are like, well, I don't know what I'm league starting with, but my second build is probably going to be Void Sphere if that's possible. So that does sound and look really cool. And it's also only one Void Sphere can be active at a time. So it is a little bit force limited, even though it is a skill that looks amazing. I'm very, very excited for Void Sphere still, even with these limitations. Next up we have Frost Shield. So it creates an icy dome on the ground and it protects the caster and their allies from enemies. It rapidly consumes your energy shield at a flat rate for 1 second and will grow in power and life based on how much ES it drained. So particularly good for hybrid characters or CI characters. Gonna be interesting how strong it'll be on a 10k, 12k ES character. I don't know, with that, I'm guessing it's going to cast an actual guard skill, so you probably won't be able to do that and Steel Skin at the same time. And something that's important, it actually does protect from enemies inside the dome too, so you could technically, depending on the damage reduction, could throw it inside the dome while face tanking. And it could be very, very interesting versus bosses Sirius that are technically, or a lot of the time, going to be further away from you and then cast projectiles or beams towards you. I don't know how much damage reduction or similar Steel Skin I'm expecting from this. Out of all the things here, this is probably what I have the least expectations of, I guess. It's just something we're gonna have to try and see if it's good. Maybe it'll be good for racing. You know, on like super squishy characters. And like it also depends on how important the energy shield investment is in it. I guess for Frost Shield in particular, I'm very like, I'll be very easily impressed if I even see this used. I'm not saying it won't be, but I'm not expecting it to be, I guess. I have very low expectations for Frost Shield, especially in this version of Path of Exile. Sigil of Power creates a potent circle on the ground that grants additional lightning damage to you and allies standing within it, also slightly increasing the cost of your skills. So really good with Archmage, right? That's like the first thing you think. And as you spend mana, the skill powers up in stages. Each stage grants more additional lightning damage. Once it's fully powered up, it causes enemies standing within the circle to deal less damage. So this, on paper, sounds like probably the best thing here in practicality of like using without any other investment, right? Like we talked about, Void Sphere might be something that's amazing with investment in cooldown recovery and stuff like that. Sigil of Power just looks like something that might be like a no-brain use on like, well, especially every lightning build, but it just looks awesome for boss killing. I can see it used widely for racing. I can see it used for boss killing. And on top of that, it looks like something that's really cool to spam your hideout while waiting for people to trade you. So this is a very multifunctional thing, and probably the thing that actually, yeah, it's most practical. The fact that it does the damage reduction plus giving you damage, super strong, especially for like something that you can just throw on one skill, right? It's very good. And then last and possibly least, we have Flame Wall. So when I first saw Flame Wall, I was very disappointed. I was like, what a lame concept, and are you really trying to push this type of playstyle on us? Of like, because I felt like they were just gonna have it like, oh, please kite monsters through this wall, and I'm like, okay, like do I throw down a Flame Wall, or do I just right click and clear 3 screens? But they did impress with the fact that Flame Wall, you can shoot projectiles through them and they will gain fire damage. So I think that is a very cool thing. Well, we might see people having it on like trigger gems. Like for example, something like Volatile Dead Spellslinger, or not Volatile Dead Spellslinger, but maybe Fireball Spellslinger. You might have like a trigger wand with Flame Wall just to gain additional damage there. Like there are actual uses for this. I think we're gonna see people using main skills with this just because a lot of people like that idea. As like a more of a niche and clunky build for sure. I don't think it's gonna be a meta build. We're not gonna see like everybody running Flame Wall as their league starter, I think, unless they have some like insane damage capabilities that I doubt. But I think it is very cool the way they did it. That it is like, you know, you can kite enemies through it, but it is also a damage buff if you fire through it. So I don't know if the damage is going to stack from it. It is damage over time, so I doubt it. Like, I doubt you can throw like 3. So you can have up to 3. You can create multiple fields, right? I don't know if it's... Wait, I just saw something. You can have up to 3 Flame Walls active at once, or a wide defensive barrier with Awakened Spell Cascade. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Awakened Spell Cascade puts down 5, right? So it's like a weird suggestion, I feel. Unless you have something that can give you more max Flame Walls, but I don't know. No, I'm doubting that the damage will stack. Like, I don't think you can throw 3 Flame Walls on a buff. I doubt that you can throw 3 Flame Walls on a boss and get loads of damage boost there. But will be interesting to see how people use it. There's in a lot of skills that are like clunky or weird like this, we do a lot of the time see like cool uses from them that you don't think about until you've had the league out for a little bit. I think these are like the start of a new era of them moving towards PoE 2, where they're trying to slow down the game and trying to move more away from right-click gameplay and enabling more of an active playstyle, and actually the game itself needing an active game style, right? Like for a lot of players, unless they need to, a lot of people just want to right-click, right? Not just from like, you know, their hands actually giving out at this point, but you know, there's a lot of people just don't enjoy like a very active playstyle, and some do. So I don't know, all these 4 skills I feel like can be a big part of like PoE's future, with them slowing down the game and stuff. Hope you guys are enjoying these like news roundups that I'm doing, and hope you guys are excited for the Awakener event and Heist and everything like that. Hope you're all having a great day, and try to die less than I do.